In our daily lives, we often find ourselves yearning for a deeper connection, a sense of purpose that goes beyond the mundane. Many seek solace in spiritual practices, meditation, or the pursuit of a higher self. The idea of being able to speak with one's higher self has gained popularity, promising profound insights and a pathway to inner wisdom. However, many do not realize that speaking with your higher self isn't possible unless you understand the principles that we will be covering in this video. Before we start, picture the following. You're standing at the edge of a vast and mysterious forest, your higher self residing deep within its enigmatic depths. The path leading to this profound connection is not a straight, well-marked trail. It's more like a winding, twisting journey through the thicket of your own consciousness. To navigate this intricate terrain, you must first come to terms with a fundamental reality, the necessity of self-awareness. Self-awareness is the compass that guides you through the labyrinth of your mind and emotions. It's the light that illuminates the darkest corners of your soul. Before you can engage in meaningful dialogue with your higher self, you must embark on a journey of self-discovery. This isn't about esoteric rituals or complex metaphysical concepts. It's about understanding who you are at your core. Imagine self-awareness as a mirror reflecting your thoughts, emotions, and actions. By gazing into this mirror, you gain clarity on the patterns that govern your life. Are you driven by fear, guided by love, or perhaps a blend of both? Understanding these fundamental aspects of yourself is the key to deciphering the language of your higher self. To embark on this journey of self-discovery, we turn to the ancient teachings of Hinduism, a rich and diverse spiritual tradition that has guided millions on their quest for understanding the self and the universe. Hinduism, one of the world's oldest religions, provides a profound perspective on the nature of the self and the interconnectedness of all living beings. Unlike some other religions, Hinduism does not have a single founder or a centralized set of doctrines. Instead, it encompasses a vast array of beliefs, practices, and rituals that have evolved over thousands of years. At the heart of Hindu philosophy is the concept of Atman, the eternal and unchanging self that exists beyond the physical body. According to Hindu teachings, each individual is not just a body and mind, but an immortal soul on a journey through various lifetimes, known as the cycle of reincarnation. Understanding the self, or Atman, is central to the practice of Hinduism. It encourages individuals to look within and explore the depths of their consciousness. This introspection is not reserved for ascetics or scholars. It is a universal invitation for every person to seek a connection with their higher self. One of the fundamental ways Hinduism encourages self-awareness is through the practice of meditation. Meditation is a simple yet powerful tool that allows individuals to quiet the chatter of the mind and delve into the stillness within. By sitting in silence and turning their attention inward, practitioners can gradually peel away the layers of conditioning and distractions, revealing the essence of their true selves. In the vast forest of the mind, meditation serves as a guide, helping individuals navigate the twists and turns of their thoughts and emotions. It is a practical and accessible means to connect with the higher self, providing a space for clarity and understanding to emerge. Another key aspect of Hinduism that aids in self-awareness is the concept of dharma. Dharma is often described as one's duty or righteous path in life. It is the moral and ethical framework that governs an individual's actions. By aligning one's life with dharma, a person not only fulfills their responsibilities to society, but also contributes to their own spiritual growth. In the context of our metaphorical journey through the forest, dharma acts as a compass, providing a sense of direction amid the complexity of life. Following one's dharma brings a sense of purpose and fulfillment, paving the way for a harmonious relationship with the higher self. Hinduism also introduces the idea of karma, the law of cause and effect. According to this concept, every action has consequences, shaping the trajectory of one's life. By cultivating awareness of their actions and their impact, individuals can make choices that align with their higher self, creating positive ripples in the fabric of existence. Let's pause for a moment and consider the metaphor of a radio frequency. Your higher self broadcasts on a frequency that can only be tuned in when you're in sync with it. Just as you adjust a radio dial to find the right station, Self-awareness tunes you into the frequency of your higher self. It's the harmonious alignment that allows the conversation to flow effortlessly. Now it's crucial to acknowledge that self-awareness isn't a destination, but a continuous journey. You're not aiming for a static state of enlightenment. Rather, you're cultivating an ongoing relationship with your innermost self. As you traverse the landscape of your emotions and thoughts, you begin to recognize the underlying currents shaping your experiences. Think of self-awareness as a dynamic river flowing through the core of your being. The rocks and obstacles in this river represent your challenges and insecurities. By navigating this river with mindfulness, you learn to gracefully maneuver around these obstacles. This fluidity is the essence of self-awareness, the ability to adapt and grow as you delve deeper into the waters of your consciousness. Now, let's venture into a concept closely tied to self-awareness: ego death. While it may sound like a dramatic term, ego death is essentially about shedding the layers of your identity that are built on illusions and limitations. Picture your ego as a mask you wear, shaped by societal expectations, personal beliefs, and past experiences. Ego death involves momentarily removing this mask, allowing you to glimpse the unfiltered essence of your true self. Imagine ego death as a grand unveiling, like pulling back the curtains to reveal the raw, unadulterated beauty behind the performance. It's like taking off a heavy backpack filled with judgments, fears, and preconceptions, allowing you to walk freely without the burden of self-imposed constraints. One way to approach ego death is through introspection and deep self-reflection. Take a moment to sit quietly, away from the distractions of the external world. Close your eyes and breathe deeply, allowing your thoughts to settle. As you do this, start questioning the aspects of yourself that you hold on to tightly, the labels, roles, and expectations that define your identity. For many, this can be a challenging process. We often cling to our ego because it provides a sense of stability and familiarity. However, true growth often lies beyond the boundaries of this comfort zone. As you embark on this journey of self-discovery, it's essential to approach it with gentleness and patience, much like a gardener caring for delicate sprouts. Ego death is not a negation of self, but a shedding of the layers that obscure your authentic nature. It's a process of unlearning, letting go of the narratives that no longer serve you. Imagine peeling away the layers of an onion. With each layer removed, you expose a more vulnerable and genuine core. Similarly, as you strip away the layers of your ego, you may find a deeper connection to your true essence. One of the fundamental realizations that often accompanies ego death is the recognition of interconnectedness. When the ego dissipates, the illusion of separateness fades away. You start to see that your existence is intricately woven into the fabric of the universe, and the boundaries between self and others become blurred. This sense of unity brings about a profound shift in perspective, fostering empathy and compassion. Ego death also opens the door to acceptance. Without the constraints of a rigid ego, you become more accepting of yourself and others. Judgment loses its grip, and forgiveness becomes a natural outcome. This doesn't mean abandoning personal boundaries or values. Rather, it's an acknowledgement that everyone is on their unique journey, navigating their own river of challenges. The process of ego death, within a Christian framework, involves surrendering the ego's desires and aligning oneself with the divine will. It's an acknowledgement that our human understanding is limited, and there is a higher wisdom at play. This surrender doesn't diminish individuality, but rather elevates it to a higher purpose, recognizing that true fulfillment comes from living in harmony with God's plan. The concept of humility is central to both ego death and Christian teachings. Ego death invites individuals to release their grip on pride and self-importance, fostering a spirit of humility. In the Gospel of Luke, Jesus advises, "For everyone who exalts himself will be humbled, and he who humbles himself will be exalted." Luke 14:11. This humility is not a self-deprecating stance, but a recognition of our dependence on a higher power. In modern life, where distractions abound and the mind races from one task to another, mindfulness becomes a sanctuary of serenity. It's the oasis where you can drink from the well of your own wisdom. Now let's address a common misconception: the belief that conversing with your higher self requires a mystical or supernatural experience. In reality, the language of the higher self is often subtle and symbolic. It speaks through intuition, synchronicities, and the quiet whispers of the heart. To decipher this language, you must develop the art of deep listening. Deep listening is an intentional act of paying attention to the messages embedded in your experiences. It involves attuning your senses to the subtle nuances of life, the rustle of leaves, the dance of sunlight, or the resonance of a meaningful conversation. Through deep listening, you become a keen interpreter of the signs and symbols that guide you on your journey. Enter the world of a remarkable philosopher who delved into the realms of deep listening and understanding the subtle language of the higher self. Alan Watts. Born on January 6, 1915, Watts spent much of his life exploring the interplay between Eastern and Western philosophies. His journey began early as he moved to the United States in the 1930s and immersed himself in the study of comparative religion and philosophy. Watts was not confined to the academic realm. Instead, he sought to bridge the gap between ancient wisdom and contemporary understanding in a way that resonated with people from all walks of life. Watts's teachings often centered around the importance of living in the present moment and embracing the mystery of existence. He believed that the key to understanding the language of the higher self lies in shedding preconceived notions and surrendering to the flow of life. In his lectures and writings, he encouraged individuals to engage in deep listening, not just to the external world but also to the inner currents of thoughts and emotions. For Watts, deep listening was not an abstract concept, but a practical tool for navigating the complexities of everyday life. He emphasized the need to pay attention to the subtleties of existence, much like tuning into the whispers of intuition and the language of the heart. In doing so, one could decipher the symbolic messages that guide us toward a more harmonious and fulfilling life. One of Watts's notable contributions was his ability to make profound philosophical ideas accessible to a wide audience. He had a knack for translating intricate concepts into simple, relatable language, making the wisdom of the ages available to anyone willing to listen. His lectures, filled with humor and wit, created a space where individuals could explore the deeper aspects of their existence without feeling overwhelmed by jargon or complexity. Watts often spoke about the interconnectedness of all things, encouraging people to see beyond the surface of daily life and recognize the underlying unity that binds us to the universe. In his view, the language of the higher self is not exclusive to a select few, but is accessible to anyone willing to embrace a perspective that transcends conventional boundaries. Through his teachings, Watts invited individuals to embrace the present moment as the only reality. He believed that the incessant chatter of the mind and the distractions of modern life often cloud our ability to hear the subtle language of the higher self. By quieting the mind and immersing oneself in the richness of the present, one could uncover the hidden messages that guide us toward a more meaningful existence. Watts's philosophy extended beyond intellectual discourse. It was a call to experiential understanding. He encouraged people to explore their own inner landscapes through practices such as meditation and mindfulness. In these moments of stillness, he believed, individuals could attune themselves to the deeper currents of life and gain insight into the mysteries that lie beyond the surface of everyday existence. Embracing the unknown is a fundamental aspect of connecting with your higher self. It requires stepping into the uncharted territory of your own potential, unshackling yourself from the limitations imposed by fear and doubt. The unknown is not a realm of darkness, but a canvas waiting to be painted with the vibrant colors of your authentic expression. Think of your higher self as a guiding star in the vast cosmos of your existence. Navigating through the unknown is like sailing towards that guiding star, trusting that it will lead you to the shores of self-discovery. The unknown is not to be feared, but embraced, for it is the canvas where you co-create your reality with the wisdom of your higher self. In conclusion, the path to conversing with your higher self is not an esoteric or complex journey. It's a simple yet profound expedition into the realms of self-awareness, mindfulness, deep listening, and embracing the unknown. Your higher self is not a distant deity, but a facet of your own consciousness, patiently waiting for you to tune in and engage in a dialogue. So take a deep breath, embark on the path of self-discovery, and listen to the quiet whispers within. Your higher self is ready to converse, offering insights, guidance, and a profound connection to the authentic essence of who you are. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel.